know, right. Hello and welcome back to my channel. I thought I would do a series of talking to different people about different things, about their journeys and just different women basically, like clients, friends, and just kind of, I don't know, talk about different subjects. So we've got Paige here today and I want to talk to Paige about her journey into fitness and everything that she struggled with and things like that.
Hi. Hi.
I only have one microphone, so I'm having to use it as a spatula.
My spatula.
So,
Where do you want me to start?
well, where did your fitness journey start? Why did you get into fitness? What happened? Like, what was your struggles before, like, kind of getting into fitness?
I probably got into it for the wrong reasons. So as soon as I was old enough to go to a gym, I went to a gym purely because I thought I was like humongous and it was like this horrible thing that I didn't want to be. I wasn't. I was literally like, there was nothing on me. I was tiny. And it was the whole like body dysmorphia thing. And then eventually my mum became a PT and then it kind of was more like strength based because like my mum's really strong. Like she's like built like a brick shit house basically. Like she was a PT and she did like boot camps and everything like that. And that kind of helped me be more like, oh, I'd rather be strong than whatever else I was trying to be and like minimise myself when I was like a little bit younger. And then as I got older, it's just more like strength and confidence and just being healthy and happy.
I absolutely love that. And what would you kind of say to women now getting into fitness, about fitness and just, I don't know, I feel like the space at the minute is there's so much going on about what you should look like and what you should do. And what would you say to someone right now?
I think don't look at what other people are doing. Set your own goals because your goals are going to look completely different to someone else's and your body's going to perform completely different to somebody else's and look completely different. There's not really one way of being fit and healthy. It's like if you feel fit and healthy and you can do things and you're not restricted to doing things because you can't move or you get out of breath easily or anything like that, and I think that's kind of what you have to gauge it off.
Yeah, and you just your first ever fitness event, Athex. Tell us a bit about that. How did that go? Why did you choose to do it? What does that kind of prove? What has it proven to you, basically? Because I feel like sometimes people don't do things because they're scared of failing and scared of doing things. So what's that kind of brought to you now?
Well, when you asked me to do it, I was absolutely bloody petrified because I'd never done anything like it, and I've always like watched people doing like high roxes and all these different competitions, and I always thought that'd be so sick to do it. And I feel like starting off in it, I think it's good if you have a partner that's like-minded, like I have Amy. So it's so much easier when like you're both in the same mindset, you both know what you want to do, and it's more just like pushing yourself rather than trying to beat everyone that's there, because realistically when you go into a competition you're not going to beat everyone that's there. Like people are there that have been doing it for years and they're like top athletes and whatever, but you just got to do it for yourself, just enjoy it.
Yeah, I think there's a misconception as well with fitness events that you have to be a specific size, a specific weight, look a specific way, and I think that really puts women off. And I feel like that's something that we really need to change because, like, you don't have to look a specific way. Like, you can do absolutely anything. It's literally you that's stopping you from doing it.
Exactly, yeah. And it's like, I'm about myself, like I'm not the smallest person ever, like I'm like 110 kg, and it's like I can still do everything, like just because I'm like a certain weight, and that doesn't correlate to like, oh, like this person's like 50 kg and they're like absolutely rapid at running and whatever like that. Like I'm still good at other things. Just because I'm a certain weight doesn't mean that I can't do it.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, because I feel like there's a misconception when it comes to being fit and healthy. I think women think that you have to be like below 70 kg, for example, and have abs and this, that, the other to be fit and healthy, whereas we are two completely different women. We weigh completely different. We train really hard, but we weigh like completely different like weights. And we look like different in terms of our health and fitness. Like we're both very healthy. We both train like 4 to 5 times a week. We eat pretty well and we look completely different and we're still healthy. But in other people's eyes, we're probably not seen as healthy because we weigh more than what women should weigh, I think. Like, I think that's what I'm trying to say. And I feel like women need to come out of this mindset that we have to weigh 70 kg or less to be deemed as healthy. And healthy can look any type of way.
Pretty much.
Is there anything that you want to say about anything? I wanted to touch on the fear of failure. I've been thinking about this, and I think people have got this fear of failing as it's a bad thing, and I want to normalise failure because I think you have to fail to get better.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't fail, you never learn. What's your thoughts on that?
I agree. And it's like when I do things like spin classes, and if I can't get the moves that they want me to get or get the speed that I want to get, and like you obviously feel like you're failing, but at the same time you know that it might just be an off day, or you might not just be there yet, and it's something to like push towards. And it's like a growth. Like you can't just be good at everything straight away. You have to keep going at it, and whether you like it or not, you will fail. And that's fine, because a lot of people fail at everything. Like top athletes fail at things, like they fail their PBs all the time. They, you know, they're not always going to be on the top game, and not every human will be, because we're literally just human beings. Like,
yeah, no, I agree with that. And I think that's when people start something and they are shit at it. They give up because they're shit at it. But I think you will be shit at you will be shit at anything that you try when you're a beginner. But the way that you get better is being consistent with it. And if you just give up, you're never going to get anywhere. Like I was shit at running, and I couldn't even run up the stairs without being out of breath. And then I managed to do a 5k, 10k, and I've done fitness events. And it's the same with like I was shit at high rocks. And then obviously you have to learn. But I think if you never get past the feeling of feeling like shit at it, you'll never get anywhere, because you have to fail, you have to be shit at it before you get better at it.
that's alright.
Welcome to my video.
What are your thoughts?
What are your thoughts on this
You just
subject?
sat there with the spatula and you just walked in like, mate.
You probably thought, what on earth?
I saw someone at the door and I was just like, what are you
Oh
doing?
no. Oh gosh, I'm very warm.
Clothes sizes.
Oh yeah, we could talk
That's a
about that.
big thing, because like I've bought things like that. So like M&S, I bought some linen trousers. The only size that would fit me was a size 20, which for a lot of people would freak them out, because I'm not a size 20, which it's fine being a size 20, but that's just how my body's shaped and what fits me. And clothes are meant to fit you rather than you fitting clothes. Like
I
it's
agree with
literally
that,
just
yeah.
a number. It's just a size. It doesn't correlate to how you should feel in yourself, basically.
Yeah, I think that links towards the weight thing as well. Like people don't like being more than like a size 8 or a size 10. And like you said, like if you're a size, let's say 8 in Primark and you go to Zara and you have to fit in a size 12, ultimately we start picking ourselves apart. Like, oh my God, we need to lose weight, or I put weight on, or I need to fit in these pair of jeans. Whereas it's like, no, I need to get a pair of jeans that actually fit me. And I think that's obviously where the sizing comes into it. And like you go to one shop and you're one size, and you go to another shop and you're another size, and it's like you start to kind of hate your body shape because things don't tend to fit you. But I remember going into H&M, I had to get a size 16 shorts because they wouldn't go over my quads. And like now doing that, I'm absolutely fine. But when I was younger, I'd be like absolutely petrified of being more than like a size 10, because again, you deem yourself like as healthy off your size, and you shouldn't do that. Like it's the same with like your weight and stuff, your weight and your size. And even like my waist size, like I used to be a 28 waist, and I thought, oh my God, anything above that, what the fuck, I'm like really fat. And then I got to like a size like 34 waist, which I am now, and I'm not. Like I'm the fittest, healthiest like version of me I've ever been, and I'm a lot heavier. I'm bigger sizes. Like I'm 12 kg heavier than my lightest. I'm bigger in all my sizes in terms of like I'm fitting in like 12s, and my waist is a lot bigger as well. So it's crazy.
It's the abs.
It's the arm.
It's the abs.
I don't-
They're popping out.
I don't have abs though.
They're in there, so don't worry.
I eat too many sweet treats for
Yeah,
that.
no, you do. The abs are there. They're just a bit shy.
I love that. Anything else about sizing? Can we touch on anything else? But yeah, you're just bigger. You mean more than what your size means.
Mm-hmm.
Like your size and your weight should not mean anything to you about how fit and healthy you are. We should be looking at things like, you know, are we feeling more confident? Are we wearing clothes that we would never usually wear? Are we lifting stronger? Are we pushing ourselves out of our comfort zones? Are we, you know, doing things that we never thought we could ever do? Like that means more to me than being a specific size or a specific weight. Like,
Yeah, absolutely. It's like when I do my classes that I do, and it's like 1 week, like when I first started, it's like, oh my God, I'm so out of breath doing this, or like, oh, I can only do 5 burpees, and then like I keep going consistently, and then each time I'm doing more, and I'm feeling better doing more, and it's like my sizing's staying exactly the same, like, but my cardio fitness and everything else is like getting so much better, and that means a lot more than whether I'm a size 10 or whether I'm a size 16. I really couldn't care less. I don't care.
No, yeah, your happiness and your confidence
Hell yeah.
means so much more, and we should not rely our confidence or our happiness on a number on the scales, a number of our sizing, or a number of our waist or whatever. Like, the scales really piss me off. Like, so many women are so attached to the scales, and I keep having to say it's just a number, and I know it means more to people than it does to me, but it's just a number. It's just a number. We need to be focused on everything else that our body is doing instead of what our body actually looks like and what size it is and what weight it is. What else was I going to say? I was going to say something about...
It's like with the weight thing as well, because obviously like people think like you weigh heavier, you just fatter or whatever. But like if you're building muscle's like so much more dense than fat, and that's what weighs most.
Yeah.
So it's like you could like, even if you're not losing any weight, like me, I kind of like stay the same, but I know that my fat's reducing and my muscle's going up, so my weight isn't really changing, but my body's changing, and like visually it looks different to how it did a year ago, but my weight hasn't really changed much.
Oh yeah, your core section's mega.
It doesn't have to be expensive if you don't want it to be. And it's even stuff like YouTube videos. There's people that do so many things on YouTube that you could follow. If you're not as confident going in the gym, you can do that. Or like me, where like I'm more like motivated when I'm doing classes and like big group things, because other people are keeping me motivated, and it doesn't have to cost like £100. It's like the simplest things of like just moving and enjoying movement and kind of getting into the habit of it. Like it's hard. It's the hardest thing is getting into it, and then so once you're in it and you stay in it, it's so easy. And then you just commit to those things each week, and it makes you feel so much better for yourself. And then you realise you can do more and more the more you commit to it. And then it ends up being with like doing fitness competitions and things like that, where like
doing things that you never thought you could do.
Yeah, like a year ago, there's no chance I was doing a fitness competition, because I was just like, there's no chance I can do that. But then it's like, I'll do the work, and then I'll put all that work in, and then I'm like, oh my god, I can actually do it.
Yeah, I think because you prove to yourself, don't you? Over time, you prove to yourself that you can actually do more than what you think. Because I think some people are standoffish before they come into doing something, and they just see it as weight loss. They don't see it as how it makes them feel. They think about it as, oh, this will help me lose weight, but they don't think about it as, this will make me feel healthier, happier, stronger, more confident. I'll be able to get up the stairs without being out of breath. I'll be able to run after my kids. I'll be able to do this, that. They just see it as weight loss. But I think when you start getting into it and you actually see the changes physically and mentally, and then you start to show up for yourself and you prove to yourself that, okay, I can actually achieve this, this and this. I prioritise myself, and then once you do that, you're pouring into your own cup, which then makes you a better version of you, and then it all like kind of snowballs, and it's such a positive effect, and then you do end up doing things that you never thought you could do and pushing your comfort zones even more, and then you just prove to yourself that like, you don't want to be here, you want to be here. Like,
yeah, I think people get it a bit like, they get confused, especially by like social media and stuff, that exercise is literally just to lose weight, and that's what they're convinced. And especially like if you're a bit older, and like there was that whole thing with like Weight Watchers that my mum did when like I was younger, and I just remember like hearing about Weight Watchers and like Slimming World and all that, and then she became the PT, and then she realised, oh, actually it's not just about that, like it's literally not all about just losing weight and everything. It's like there's so much to exercise and like being fit and healthy that isn't just like counting how many sins you've got in one day. And I'm like, what the fuck, like why are you like, you don't have to like, I don't restrict myself loads. Like I eat fresh food and I eat my normal size meals, like 3 times a day I'll have meals, and if I have a snack it's something that I enjoy but isn't gonna make me feel like shit.
yeah.
And I'm like, if you do that and you have like something that you really enjoy, like exercise, like I do spin, I do like dumbbell classes and things like that.
I think you just touched on something there. It has to be enjoyable.
Yeah, you have to enjoy it, because otherwise you won't stick to it. And then you're wondering why you're not getting anywhere, because you're not actually enjoying it and putting everything into it. Because if you're not enjoying it, you're not going to want to do it.
No, exactly.
And you're not going to put the energy or like time into it, or you're not going to be motivated. You're not going to want to go. You're just going for the sake of going.
Yeah,
and it's
exactly,
like, you just got to get into the habit of it, and then once you're in that, you're fine. Like it's so much fun. Like once you're in it and you know what you're doing and you can see it working, rather than you almost like gaslight yourself into thinking that it's working.
Yeah.
And then it's not. And then you stop for like, have like a break or something, and then it's just back to square one. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, but you touched on 2 things there. I think again, people start journeys because they've seen something on Instagram, and they'll start like, running, for example, because they think, oh, that's going to make me lose weight faster, and then they hate it, and then they're like, oh, well, this isn't for me, and then they stop and they go in that vicious cycle again. They might start something else, and I think you need to find something that works for you, but also what you enjoy. It has to be an enjoyable process, or else you are going to stop it, start it, stop it, start it, and then you'll never get anywhere. You'll feel even worse. You'll think that nothing works for you, and it's just a load of poo is what you'll think. Whereas if you find something that works for you, you enjoy it, like whether it's spin, whether it's the gym, whether it's running, whether it's cycling, whether it's high rocks, whether it's CrossFit, whatever it is, as long as you enjoy it, that is the main thing. Like, you have to seek enjoyment in it, or like we said, you just won't stick at it. But like we were saying then, we've grown up with our mums being on Weight Watchers, and that's always been a thing with women. It's always been seeing things to be smaller or eating less and losing weight. It's never been seeking it for enjoyment, confidence, strength, anything like that. It's always been weight loss. And like, this is why I hate Weight Watchers and Slimming World so much, because it's just like sin. They don't actually teach you anything about fueling your body properly or training or whatever, whereas we just need to keep like flipping the switch a little bit more, and women just need to see this as working on themselves, getting stronger, building muscle. Building muscle shouldn't be negative. It's given me so much confidence. Like, you know, I was literally stick thin, and it's given me a bum, it's given me muscles, it's given me a back muscles, it's given me confidence to wear a dress and to wear shorts. I hated wearing shorts because my legs were so bloody long. They had no muscle at all. So it's given me confidence to do that. It's given me strength, you know, and it built, like, that's what it should be about. It should be about strength, building muscle, giving you energy, you know, being able to, like, for like older life, like when you're elderly, and like running after your kids, your grandkids. And it should be about that, and like giving you confidence to do more things and like showing up for yourself, than it should be about making yourself smaller and losing weight. And because that just gets boring, that gets annoying. Like, you're just like, oh, I'm on a diet again. Like, what's exciting about that?
Yeah, it's almost like when you're losing weight, like if you're losing weight to like be slimmer, there's only a certain point that you can really get to before it then is like a bit too unhealthy. I think you get into a bad habit of it. Whereas like if you're training and you're like fueling your body and you're getting stronger, like there's always something that's gonna make you improve, and it's always gonna make you feel good regardless. So I think that's like one of the main things. I remember really funny actually. So like, I think one of the best compliments is like being said, like called strong, like even from like, as much as I hate men, from men.
Just knowing yourself it.
I'm just like, oh yeah, go on then. Because I remember like when I was in Malia, of all places, I was like walking through the strip, and I was just like walking home, and a guy stopped me. He was like, he was like trying to get me in a bar, but then he was like, you look like you go to the gym. And I was like, oh, thanks. And he was like, you look really strong. And I was just like, okay, thank you. And then she was like, have a lovely night. And I'm like, oh, I will do now. It's like, that's great.
I love
just
that.
some random stranger in Greece.
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, oh, it makes you feel so good about yourself, because it's like, you don't do it for those reasons. Like, you do it for yourself more than anything.
That's another thing, like doing it for yourself,
you
instead
can't do
of
it for someone. Like, if someone's pushing you to do something, or like if someone's making you feel like shit about your body, which first of all, get rid of them, they shouldn't be. Second of all, don't listen to them. Just
But I
get
think
them in
it's
the
as
bin.
well like society. Like, if you think that you have to be this, that, the other, and you're doing it for that reason, stop doing it, because you'll never ever be happy. And I think that's the same with having a goal as just weight loss. You'll never be happy, because the scales always change, and having a weight loss goal is great, absolutely fine, but if that's your only goal, you're going to be so unhappy, because you'll stand on the scales and you won't see the number, right? Unhappy. You stand on the scales, you see the number, happy. The next day you don't see the number again, you're unhappy again. Whereas if we're focusing on different areas of like strength, confidence, health, stuff like that, that's what we want to be doing. And I saw something the other week, and it was like, we should be focusing on how we're feeling physically and mentally instead of how we look, because if we're not focused on the health, you won't be here to actually enjoy it. Like, we need to be focusing on our health and not just what we look like.
Yeah, because health and fitness like doesn't always like correlate. You could be really, really fit, but you could still be unhealthy. And it's like, it's the health and how your organs function that keeps you going. Because like, if you don't have that health, you're not going to be able to do the fitness.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're not going to be able to keep moving. You're not going to have any energy to put into yourself and into your workouts. So then you can't improve. And I feel that's what people don't understand as much. It's like they don't fuel themselves. It's like the whole calorie thing. Like, some people are like, like I listen to people like sometimes and they're like, oh, I'm eating like 100, like was it like 1,000 calories a day,
1,000 calories,
and I'm like,
yeah.
how are you surviving on
Well,
1,000? How are
what
you
they think,
walking?
because they think less is more. Less is more. Like, people like to have like 1,000 calories, 1,200 calories, and I get it if you're working with a coach and that you're going for a specific kind of like dieting phase and whatever. That's great. Like, that's structured. But as a woman and you're on the 1,000 calories, you're not going to lose any weight. In actual fact, your body's going to reverse back, because I've had so many clients come to me and they're like, oh, I'm on 1,000 calories, and then they wonder why they're not losing weight, and we put them on more calories and the body starts to work again, they start to lose weight, because you've got to realise that your body is here to protect you. So if it thinks that you're under any sort of threat, like starvation, it's going to start holding on to that weight, and it's just not going to go through the process that you want it to go through. Like, a lot of people tend to hate their bodies, where your body is there just to protect you. So the more damage you're doing to it, like, the more it's going to just hold on to things and not work the way it's meant to work. Like, you should be respecting your body, because you've only got one body basically. But yeah, as soon as we put on more calories, it starts to work. So less isn't always more. You need to be fueling your body, because your body does so much. It burns calories just by sitting here, by talking, by breathing, by eating, by drinking, by sleeping. So eating 1,000 calories isn't going to get you anywhere, okay? Like, I've even had someone on like 800 calories, and I was like, what? How are you functioning? They was like, yeah, I'm tired all the time, I've got no energy. Like, I was like, you need to eat. Like, I think we just need to get past this like kind of movement where we think that less is more, and like we need to be eating like low ass calories. Like, we don't. You need to be feeling your body. Like, I'm on over 2,000 calories and I'm still in pretty good shape. Like food is fuel, and I always used to be stuck in that mindset of no carbs. I couldn't have more than 2 carbs a day because it's bad, and I'd put on weight, and I couldn't weigh more than like 60 kg and this, that, the other, and it's such a bad cycle to be in. It creates that really bad relationship with food.
I remember like when I was like just starting out the gym, I think I was 14, and then I was like getting towards like 16, and obviously like 14 is like you're like mid-puberty, so it's like your hormones are like raging anyway. And it's like, I know I wasn't fueling myself properly, but then like the whole thing back then, it was when social media was like very new, and you'd see all these like YouTubers, and they're all like, the whole diet culture was like a massive thing even then, but it was more just like making yourself as small as possible. Whereas like, take it back like maybe, I think it was like a few years that it's like more been like, I see so many influencers now that are like women that are like really strong, and they're like doing these competitions and like weightlifting and everything like that, and like I never really saw that as a teenager, as like a young girl, and it wasn't really a thing.
No, it was
like I never saw it. And then like I know that my mum was really, really strong, and like she used to do weights and everything like that, and then it's kind of like you kind of have to train your brain a little bit in those sort of like situations where like you see these things online, you see what other people are doing, and it might not necessarily be the healthiest thing for you, like mentally and physically. Because I feel like you kind of have to put all that to the side and realise it's not all real what you see anyway online.
Oh God, no. Yeah.
And like if you're convincing yourself that that's what you're meant to be doing, it's not going to work for you. Like, it's not going to work for everyone. It's not going to make you feel good, and you're just going to be sat there thinking, why don't I look like these people? And like you're following their fitness routines and whatever they're doing, but it's their body's completely different to yours, and like how your hormones work completely changes how you work. And it's like there's so many different factors in, especially as a woman. It's like you just gotta, I feel like you've got to really research into stuff, and like even be with someone who like you, like as a PT, like who knows what they're doing and can tell you and like give you all this information, and then you can like, that's when you kind of improve almost, I suppose. Like,
yeah, no, I get that. I think, yeah, it's a big thing now. Obviously, we're seeing more and more of everyone's lives and influencers and this, that, the other, and a lot of women latch onto that in terms of like they save the workouts, because you know when you're on Instagram and you see these 5 things got me to this, or these 5 things grew my glutes, or this is what I eat in a day to stay lean, and it's just so, it grabs you so much because women want that. And like that's when they start to save the workouts and the what I eat in a day, and they start to follow it, and they think it's going to work for them, and they do it for a bit, and then they realise they can't keep up with it. You know, they've got a completely different lifestyle to them. Like, these influencers do it as a job. They don't go to the office. They probably don't have kids. They don't have all these different timings that you have. So trying to keep up with that, and you end up failing, then you feel like a failure, and then you go back into this cycle of, okay, let's find something else that like works, and it doesn't. You need to figure out what works for you and your lifestyle and your goals. And I think that's where we need to kind of put the barrier down. Like, you are completely different to me and you, and you know, my lifestyle's completely different to yours, and it's about finding what works for you instead of what works for everyone else.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like everyone has their own routine, and everyone has like their day in day out that works for them. And obviously, if you have kids, or like if you're looking after someone or anything like that, it's like it is hard. And if you like working out and like things like that, like it doesn't have to take like 3 hours. Like I don't spend 3 hours doing
No, absolutely not.
being at the gym or whatever. It can literally be like as quick as like a 20-minute workout where like, say like you want to do legs and you can do some squats or lunges or RDLs or anything like that, and it can literally take you like half an hour if that. And if you're willing to put that in, then you get so much reward out of it. And it's like these are the things that you do in your daily life. Those workouts kind of fuel that, and it makes those better, and it makes it easier, and it gives you so much more energy. And I think it just helps you out day to day, to be honest.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You don't need, like, you could literally change your life within like 3 half an hours a week, like just training, walking, running, cycling, swimming, doing something like that if you're a stay-at-home mum, like home workouts. But I think just changing your daily habits, like walking more, drinking more water, eating more fruit and veg, eating more meals instead of snacking all the time, and just doing them little daily habits will honestly change your life. And I think people are overcomplicating it. Like, you see all these different things on TikTok and Instagram, like take this supplement, do this workout, do this, do that, and I'm just like, oh my god, just stick to the basics. Like, stick to the basics and you can completely change your life. Like, it'll give you more energy, you'll feel better. Like, what really irritates me is, like, this is like a bit of me, but like people that roll out of bed and go straight to work. I'm like, get up a bit earlier, give yourself time, drink water instead of caffeine in the morning, like wake yourself up instead of just relying on caffeine all the time. So get up like an hour earlier, eat your breakfast, have water, then have your caffeine. Like, give yourself time to wake up, and then move a bit more, get some sunlight, go out on your dinner time, even if it's just 10 minutes, go for a little walk. Make sure that we're eating like 3 meals a day, like instead of just snacking, instead of having a black coffee for breakfast and then a salad for dinner and then nothing till your tea. Actually eat properly, like, and then you'll feel like more energized and you'll feel better, and you won't be dieting all the time. And like, actually do them things. Drink more water. The amount of people that don't drink enough water is crazy. But like sunlight and then walking and just moving your body, and it will just make you feel so much better. And yeah, basically just the daily habits. Just do the daily habits and you'll feel so much better. You don't need to be spending so much time, so much money on shitty supplements that don't do anything for you, especially that green powder that, honestly, look.
I was one of those that bought into that. But
Did it do anything for you?
No.
There you go then.
Bugger all.
See?
I've got a little whiskey thing that I use to froth my milk in the morning, so that's all I got out of that.
See? So spending money on stupid supplements when you can literally do it for free and just do your daily habits by moving more, getting outside for some vitamin D, like fresh air, drinking more water, parking your car further away, getting some more steps in, taking the stairs instead of the lift, getting up a bit earlier, giving yourself time to wake up, drinking water instead of just having caffeine all the time, eating better, eating more fruit, eating more veg, eating like an adult, eating more fibre, stuff like that will honestly change your life, instead of spending money on these supplements that these influencers shove in your face.
Preach.
Have you got anything else that you want to say to women at the minute? Because I think we've had a really good conversation here.
Just you do you, boo.
You do you.
You do you, boo. Don't give a fuck what anyone else says.
And if you was telling anyone right now if you could help anyone get outside of their comfort zone and do things that they possibly couldn't do, what advice would you give them?
I think join a community of people that are like-minded. Sophie's. That's like the easiest way to really get into things. Because I started, when I moved to Manchester, like I didn't know anyone, and that was scary. And then I went to the gym that Sophie coached at, and I just did loads of classes there. And then like that's how I met you, was through doing classes. And because you're surrounded by so many people that just want to do the same thing and they want to better themselves, it makes you want to better yourself. And even if you don't have the confidence to do it alone yet, like it took me years like to go and just do things on my own, but now that I do it, I enjoy it. And I feel like you just got to get into that, and like you really got to push yourself, otherwise you're never going to do what you actually want to do.
Yeah, that's a big thing for me. Like, community, as a coach, community is like my biggest thing. And like, this is why I wanted to create a community, because I didn't have it growing up, you didn't have it growing up, and like it's just nice to have like women that support you, motivate you, keep you accountable, like pick you up when you feel down. And like, this is why, like in my team, we've done photo shoots, we've done Ben Nevis, we've done Snowdon, we've done Scarfield Pike, we've done Pretty Mudder, we've done nights out, we've done so many different things. And I think it's just bringing women together in all different like sections, like fitness and health, and but then fun things and like doing things that they never thought they could, like photo shoots, and pushing them out of the comfort zones and building the confidence up, not just in the fitness space but outside of that as well. And like, you know, doing like the National Three Peaks and stuff like that. People would never think that they was ever going to do it, like standing in front of a camera and getting the photos done, and like what else have we done, like just things like that. It's just like being in that group honestly pushes you to be a better version of you, so you don't have to do it alone, but it just builds you as a person.
It just builds your confidence, because then like you're speaking to other people that like you're all in like some sort of boat together, especially in a community, but you're all on like you're in like different little lifeboats just off the edge, and you're all just
think about it's Harry Potter when they're all going to Hogwarts in the boat.
Hogwarts in the boat. Don't they go on a train?
Yeah, but then when they get off the train, they go in the little boats across the water. to get to
What? Did I
Hogwarts.
miss this bit?
Yeah. You need to go back and watch it.
I've not watched it this year. I've been slacking. But yeah.
And that is the end.
The end.
Dot dot dot.